with notes on Iowa, and I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about part one of my journey, day one. As I kind of work through the next week here, I'm going to be posting these short videos. I'm going to have some longer form creative projects after I finish walking all the way across the state of Iowa. But for now, I'm going to continue with the daily posts you can follow on social media, as well as some different articles and short videos like this on the website where I just kind of talk through some of the things that I'm seeing and some of the things that are happening as I make my way up the Des Moines River. If you're looking for more information, perhaps on the Dragoons, there's a lot of articles. Maybe you're looking for stuff on Stephen Kearney or Albert Lee. All that stuff's available over on the website under Archive, under different articles. Maybe in the About section, you can find the answers to a lot of your questions about how I put my route together, who some of these people are, what a Dragoon is, some of those different types of things. But I started my journey at Montrose, taking a look at Iowa's first school, where Isaac Galland started that out, and then moving along to Montrose, which is the site of First Fort Des Moines. And Montrose does a great job today preserving its history. You can see lots of murals down along the riverfront north of town. There's a really interesting monument to a Sauk woman. There's a preserved cabin down at the site near the original site of First Fort Des Moines. And as we kind of take a look at some of those things, it's really important for us to understand how we're preserving Iowa's past. We look at some of these different monuments. One of the things you can see down there is the there's a plaque marker by the Daughters of the American Revolution that celebrates that this is the starting point of the Dragoons. And then also there are some signage around the well of the original fort you can find if you go down to that riverfront. So in 1835, this was kind of the extension of the frontier as it moved into Iowa. This was a place where this group of Dragoons is stationed, and they, in 1835, in the spring, take off into the rain and start walking across the state of Iowa. And so that's what I did. I started to do the same thing there at Montrose. I put on my backpack and got my shoes out, and also was in the rain as the expedition was the first few days, and just made my way towards the Des Moines River from Montrose, so kind of cutting across Lee County there. And as I did that, I passed through the town of Argyle, eventually ending up in the Shimmick State Forest. Croton Unit, which is a really interesting project that has grown all sorts of different kind of test plots of trees, both for kind of just general knowledge as well as commercial purposes. And as the rain kept following me during the first day, it really felt like I was moving at a snail's pace across this area. But that's kind of the point of this project. I really want to see Iowa slowly, to take things in a way that allows me to see the past and the present in different ways. So eventually I ended up meeting the Des Moines River just south of Croton, and being able to kind of put up the drone there and take some footage. That's a thing I'm going to do a lot during this project, and show some of those types of views. Saw a lot of great kind of agricultural sites, a lot of livestock. Not a lot of wildlife during the first day, aside from snails and a couple of deer here and there, and a lot of red-winged blackbirds. But eventually, as I made it to the Des Moines, started to kind of just follow the river north. And in terms of historical knowledge, you can explore a lot of the things that went into my research for this project over under Archive. I have a lot of article summaries of different important early documents, and then secondary sources related to Iowa, as well as some books and things like that. Eventually I pushed on to Croton, which is the northernmost site of the American Civil War. It was a place that received cannon fire during an engagement with the Confederate Army, before eventually ending my first day in Farmington, which is a nice little town with some cool historic buildings right along the Des Moines River, and that's where I closed out the first day.